hello, everybody. Come on in, come on in. I know it's early. It's early for me also. All right, let me get everything set up here. Here we go. Gotta make sure we can see everything. We love it. All right, here we go. Okay, we've got this up and going so everyone can see me. Excellent. And I don't have a goal here. What's that? I don't know what that is. I don't know how that's going either. All right, so that's okay. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I'm still figuring things out a bit. But good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. I am just getting everything set up. So, hi Estelle. Good morning. So, is it Rachel? Rachel, good morning. It's going to take a few minutes here for us to get used to this new new setup here, but I think we'll be all right. Oh my goodness gracious. It was a rough night, everyone. I mean, it really feels like it was a rough night. Did anybody else? Oh my gosh, here we are. I mean, it's just a very difficult time right now, but as promised, I knew I would do hoping to do two lives today to kind of catch us up on everything that's been going on right now. It was a rough night. True story, true story. It was difficult. That's okay. We'll somehow make it through, everyone. How exactly? Unsure, but we'll do it. We'll make it. We'll make it, everyone. We can make it through. I'm looking for all my paperwork. So I am just a little bit out of sync here, but we'll get there. Yeah, very rough. I agree. I'm still kind of waiting to see what other horrors are about to go down. Oh my gosh, everybody, this is a rough one. We'll be okay. We'll be all right. Good morning, Achilles and Alice. Hello, Elise. Sorry, I'm always saying your name wrong. I apologize. But good morning. Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I just tried to get on in the message, everyone. Yeah, I know it. I know it's painful. It's painful, everybody. It really, yeah. We're hurting. We're all hurting here. Don't even, oh, that's all right. I mean, this is pretty much my name. Yeah, that's pretty much my name. So you're not missing out on anything. Good morning. Hi, Tammy. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on in. NG, good to see you. Pamela. It really is. I think stupid is the perfect word to describe it. I would agree. I would agree. Yeah, it's difficult times because I've literally had nothing to distract me from my pain. Oh my gosh, Achilles, I totally understand. I feel the same way. For me, it's such a distraction from life, and to not have that element, like, you know, I downloaded some other Chinese apps. So I was cruising around on them and checking them out and seeing what's going on. But it's not the same. It's just not the same. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes. Good morning. Hello, Brim. Good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I agree, Rachel. I agree with that. Good morning. I know it feels weird, Jennifer. I know. Brianna, hello. Jennifer D, hello. Denise. I won't go back either. Yeah, I agree. I agree. You know, it's been so stressful to have this back and forth on what's allowable and what's not allowable. So for me, I'm like, you know, just let me set up camp here, and and I will bloom where I'm planted, but stop moving me around, you know? It's getting to be a lot. Very stressful. Very stressful. Good morning. Hello. Hi, hi, hi. Um, yeah, I agree, Tammy. I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's a stressful situation. I don't feel too good. Oh, I understand. I understand. Extremely and oddly calm. Oh dear, Brim, that could be the calm before the storm. All right, so make sure that you are stocked up. Get your canned food items set up. Ah, how strange it is without us. Oh, I know, I know. I don't know anyone who's in the comments here. So, yeah, Jennifer, we're going to have to kind of reach back over, right? Reach over and say, hey, what's your name? Because our names have changed. A lot of us have different names for YouTube than for TikTok. So, we got to kind of reintroduce ourselves in here. Messiest breakup ever. Oh my gosh. All right, that comment's the winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner on the comments. It's so true. It's very, very true. Um, yes, that's true too, Denise. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm Thomas. Oh, hi. Okay, okay, Achilles. I didn't make that. I gotta write these down, everybody. If your names are a little bit different, let me just write your names down so I don't forget. All right. Here we go. Yeah, yours is close, Estelle. Yours is very close. Rudy looks like a male witch. Oh my goodness. Hi, Suze. Good to see you. Hello, hello. Comforting to hear you live today. Oh, Tracy, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I know this picture's not the most comforting, but I thought it'd be okay to get people coming in. I'm on just a little early to give everyone a chance to make sure that their notifications are turned on. So yes, here from TikTok. Yes, most and a lot of us are. There's a lot of us out there. We're refugees. Okay, Rachel is okay. Ray, I got you. I got you now. A Greyhound. I was lucky to keep the same name. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, some people, got to kind of change your names around a little bit or just reintroduce yourselves in here. Good morning. This will be okay. Shorts are working for some people. Oh, absolutely, Michaela. Absolutely. And I am putting so much content in. I keep thinking like, is this okay? Because YouTube's like, wait a minute, wait a couple days. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna wait. I got stuff to say from the Selena trial. So no, we're gonna do a quick little overview. I want to catch everybody up on where all the major cases are at the moment, and then we'll kind of chat a little bit. I also have an update on legislation that's being proposed, which I thought might be interesting to go through for a little bit. So this will be one of two lives that I do today, a Sunday fun day, right? So this is will be my AM live, but I will be back again tonight at 7 o'clock Central. And after doing an update this morning, we'll just dive straight in to some cases later today. But I thought, well, let's just get caught up. Why is his hand so long? Oh my goodness gracious, everybody. I know. Oh, Mr. Giuliani he's had some trouble, everyone. So we have here, first of all, I had printed that. I wonder where that print went. Hold on a second here, everyone. I need to pull this up. So we have a notice of official transcript on Mr. Giuliani's docket, but we also have this memorandum. Now I'm going to reprint because for some reason the print didn't come out. And then I'll catch you up quick because the biggest case, of course, involving Mr. Giuliani is that huge defamation suit against the two ladies in Georgia. They did come to a settlement. So let me go grab that real quick. All right. So we've got that grabbed. Yes, it's a sketch. It's a sketch. Lane. Yes. Hi. We'll be able to do anything for him when he's president. Oh, great question. So most of I'm so glad you asked me that. So here's the letter. We'll go through this here in a little bit. I'm going to be skipping around a little bit today, catching everybody up. But the big thing with Mr. Giuliani, of course, are the civil cases against him. He has the voting machines Dominion lawsuit, and to my knowledge, and he's got a couple more. He's got an S harassment case also going. Some discriminations involved in there. So he's got a couple civil cases, and there's nothing that a president can do about civil cases. So I start there. The president, though, does have authority over the federal criminal court system. So Mr. Giuliani has been charged in a couple of state cases regarding the fake elector scheme, but those are state cases, like for example in Arizona and in Georgia. So the president does not have jurisdiction. Just the governors essentially would have jurisdiction, although in Georgia, the pardon or all of those people are a little bit different because they have like a board actually that meets. So every state's a little different actually about their pardons. Mostly it's governors, but sometimes they will have a board that makes that decision. So his criminal cases are untouchable by the president. And because the president has no jurisdiction over civil cases, so that's not involved either. So Mr. Giuliani is kind of out on his own here. And he's been struggling to get counsel. As we know, his counsel has been leaving him quite a bit. So he's struggling. He's struggling. Hello, Jamie. Welcome. Changing my settings again from, yeah. I mean, we're going to kind of have to, we're diving in. We're going to have to see how things turn out here, reintroducing ourselves to each other, but that's all right. We'll make the change. So let me go ahead and I appreciate this I'm so glad. I'm glad to help out. So this morning, I do want to kind of catch us up here. I've got a set of cases I will be following. I'm following Mr. Giuliani for sure. And then, of course, any updates on Trump's cases, because everybody, you have to remember, civil cases do not stop or go away just because Mr. Trump is going to be president. And that was set out in the immunity case very clearly, where the justices said there's no immunity for personal, private, civil litigation. And so I want you to remember in the DC case that was dismissed for Jack Smith, that's a criminal case, but there's a civil case, the Blessing Game case, and that's still going. And that's they're still having hearings. They're still doing pretrial work. That's where we will get to see some of the bigger arguments on the immunity decision. So we got to keep our eyes on that. So I'm watching for that for sure. It's so weird here. Oh, I know, Chris. I know it's weird. I know. We're going to have to get used to it. Well, the chat works a little bit differently over here too, so it's kind of hard to we'll get there though. We'll find it. We'll get the groove going again. So clunky. I agree. It really is. Can they use Jack Smith's report in the civil case? So, great question. Jack Smith's report to the Attorney General it's possible it could be seen as relevant. Oh, thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you. I appreciate that. Will you have a subscriber option on YouTube? So yes, I will. And I do know that that's a possibility. So I'm still kind of driving around here as well, seeing the sites. I just figured out how to have a multiple guests because I was like, I got to get Manda. Where did Manda go? I need her. Manda, come back. So I will have a subscriber option also for support. And of course, anyone that donates anything to this channel, I use for paper and toner and highlighters. All right. Look, sometimes I need more highlighters, but it all just goes straight back into the channel. So that's always there. Was live here last night. Was she live on? Oh my gosh. Thank goodness gracious. I've been so worried. But where was I? I've got to come back again. It's so early in the morning. I got to pull myself back. Okay, right. So civil cases are still going. And Mr. Trump has a lot of civil cases going. So those are still ongoing. And those won't be closed down unless for some reason the court's like, well, we'll put a pin in it until he's out of office. But I doubt that'll happen. So that should be all right. Managed to on her long enough. Okay, okay. Nail fun too. Oh, Annette, true story. Oh, my nails. I was doing my nails this morning and I'm like, it's not the same. It's just not the same, but we're okay. We're okay. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Annette. I appreciate that so much, everybody. So, anyway, that's where I'm going to have to go stalk her on her other channel. It'll have to be a consensual stalking situation. Will mainstream media report on any of Trump's cases? Great question, Denise, and I don't know. I really don't know. Mainstream media is in this weird place right now because now that TikTok's gone dark, who knows how many people are going to go back into mainstream media. And so they're like, ooh, we might get a bump. But I think they underestimate the American people's frustration with them. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we're going to get kind of a watered down propaganda like reporting from legacy media at this point. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure. Could still watch. Oh, okay. Yeah, I went quiet. Emotional hangover this morning. Oh, I know, right? I know it's tough, everybody, but we'll get through it. We'll find our groove again. Good morning, Chris. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I do have some moderators here that will help us out as always. If you were a moderator before on TikTok, just put a in and would like to do it again, just let me know. All right, just let me know. You certainly do not have to. We're a bit calmer over here, and I really appreciate that. So we can kind of do that. But let's go ahead and dive in, everyone. We're in it to win it. So let's do a quick overview of some of the cases I will be going through. So the first one here, I was a mod and would still like to be one. Okay, Estelle, yes. Hold on here, Estelle. Let me see if I can get you. That is a moderator. Okay, standard moderator save. All right, there we go. Excellent. Yeah, and it's going to take me a little bit because I have my setup here is a little bit different. So let's take a look and see what's going on with Judy. So Giuliani, Judy. I named him Judy, everybody. He's now Judy. So this was a picture that was sketched in court a couple weeks ago, where the judge was like, "Mr. Giuliani, you need to stop talking. You're not helping yourself anymore." So we came to this agreement, and let me just take you through what's been filed. So this is what officially has been filed with the court for Mr. Giuliani and his defamation case against the two ladies in Georgia. All right, Judy's very appropriate. Whoopsies. So here we go. Let me grab a pen. What are you feeling like? I don't know. I'm feeling like it might be a cow day today, everybody. Or at least a cow morning, all right? So it's a cow morning. So this was filed here. We have Dear Judge Lemon here, plaintiffs Ruby Freeman and Wandrea Moss, defendant Rudolph Giuliani, and intervener Andrew Giuliani. So Andrew, of course, is his son, and he intervened for the Super Bowl rings or World Series rings. I'm sorry, everybody. I should know what kind of sport those rings are, but I don't know. Oh my gosh, does anybody know? Help me out, chat. Help me out. Is it World Series rings here? Hope Mega Armand don't get I know. Baseball, okay. Thank you so much. Yikes, don't tell anybody I was struggling with that, okay? That'll be our little secret, just us, all right? So he had intervened because he had said, well, my dad said I was going to get get these rings. So respectfully submit this letter motion to inform the court that plaintiffs and defendants have executed a settlement agreement that once certain conditions are met, would fully resolve all issues currently scheduled for trial, including the claims of intervener Andrew Giuliani and would result in the conclusion of all litigation currently pending between and among the parties. And this is huge because he was found to be in contempt of court. And there were mini trials, administrative trials that were going to need to happen in order to establish whether or not Florida was his homestead or New York. So there were questions about that. And we were actually set to go through this administrative trial last week, but they came up with this agreement. They had an agreement, and they're like, look, we don't need to. So all of that's going to be settled and dismissed. So I think that's really interesting and important to know because he's got so many things going on. Now, my understanding of what the settlement is, and it's a private settlement, is that he has to stop doing any kind of defamation, has to make sure he doesn't do any of that in the future, and he will be able to keep his homes. And there, of course, should have been some monetary piece in there regarding that, but we don't know what that is. Oh my God, I've been scrolling forever trying to find something to watch. Oh, hello, Mama Bear. Welcome in. Welcome in. So here's our first paragraph. And next, accordingly, the parties respectfully request that the court adjourn the trial scheduled for January 21st. Okay, so I guess I was 2 days off, everybody. And the continued contempt hearing currently scheduled for January 29th to dates on or after February 25th of 2025 to permit the parties to fully implement the agreement. The parties will promptly notify the court upon full satisfaction of the terms of the agreement. So we have, oh, welcome, Luna. So we've got, Meta keeps turning off your, oh my gosh, Meta, I shake my fist at you. So, so here we go. So Giuliani and everyone's saying, let's let it go. We're going to finish the agreement. Plaintiffs have not previously sought any requests for adjournment of the trial date, and they put that in because some people can just keep asking for continuances, and that really frustrates the court system. Defendant has made one such request, so they're saying we haven't asked this a lot, which the court denied orally during a hearing on November 26th. Oh dear, that's embarrassing. And memorialized in a subsequent written order here. Other than the appearance described above, no other appearances are currently scheduled. So there we go. He will sign an EO to bring it back for the 90 days, but they have to agree to let it be 50% U.S. owned. Yeah, who knows what's going to happen, everybody. I mean, I don't know. I said this last night, and I'll say it again. We've got the owner going to the inauguration, so that's got to mean something. I think there's something going on. I'm deactivating. Oh, yeah, go for it. Will an executive order even work? So that's a great question. Now, the TikTok ban situation has language in it that would allow for the president to do an extension if there's good faith negotiation going on. Now, from what I know, there isn't good faith negotiation going on. But then again, when did Mr. Trump follow the rules? Never. So I don't really know. So I think he can probably, squeak past in order to get that 90-day going. But I don't know. I mean, TikTok really holds the cards here at this point because they've got the power button, so we'll have to kind of see what happens. Happy you're live. We aren't. No, we're right in it. We're back in it to win it, right? Only 90 days. Yeah, exactly. So 90 days for Congress to change the law. And who knows what's going to happen with Congress because just who knows. It's possible, though. It's possible. We just don't see bending the knee. It makes you sick. Oh, I understand. Yeah. Well, and that's what happens, right? When you have someone in a power position, people kind of come in droves and try to be part of that. So it may not be the same. Yeah, I agree. I would like to permanently make the move over to YouTube, but I still think there's quite a bit of value in TikTok. So it's like I would appreciate having the option, to be able to do both. So I've heard someone say TikTok was hosting and paying for an inauguration bill. Interesting. Well, you never know. I mean, the money talks, everybody. The money talks. So we will see who the money's talking to at this point. My Discord group, Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Again, and something else too, everybody, and then we'll go through our next person here. We're kind of doing a Q&A today. The other thing too, for me, it doesn't matter how many people are in here. Anyone that wants to come by and hang out and learn, and you got stuff to do or whatever. It doesn't bother me one bit. I'm here, and if at least a handful of people are here to hang out with me to keep the live stream going, I'm absolutely fine with that. So, hi John, good morning. So it's really not important to me. The indoor inauguration. Oh, I know, right, right. But for over, it will be, yeah. I agree. There's some questions. Yeah, so you can also watch it later. Exactly right. Exactly right. So, and I'm happy to do that. So, no worries, no worries. My I never know exactly. I think the most I ever had on one TikTok live was 58,000 people. And, that was huge. So at this point, for me, I'm happy with anybody to come and hang out. Usually, I find the 200 to be a great number because then we don't have the trolls. But when it gets into those higher numbers, a lot of those people are trolls. So, we gotta just be happy and comfortable with where we are. I remember that one. It was so fun. Yes. Oh my gosh, it went crazy. All right, so jumping back in it here, everybody. Here's another case I will be following. I had not been following Mr. Combs before, so this is the P Diddy Puff Daddy, or P Puffy, whatever. Mr. Combs, bad man. And again, on indictment is probable cause, not necessarily a conviction. So I will be going through this case though, because we've got some interesting things going on actually that I think would be great learning moments. So here is his schedule out of the U.S. District Court. So the court's in receipt of the party's letter for pretrial schedule. So this is what we have to keep in mind, and I'll be adding it onto my calendar. Here we've got pretrial motions due February 17th. So we've got about a month for that. Now, pretrial motions, for anyone who's curious, are going to be things like motions to suppress. So I'm just going to do suppress here. We could have, I probably spelled it wrong. So everybody, please don't make fun of me too bad, all right? I need spell check. Oh my gosh. Limine, motions in limine or lemone. Those are in there. Let's see, a motion to dismiss is another pretrial motion. So these are the big ones. These are the huge motions that we all file in one form or another in our cases. So pretrial motion here, and then the opposition. So that means the other side responds to it. So he's the defendant. So the plaintiff, this is my sign for the plaintiff, which is the government here, will have their chance to respond, and then the defendant can come back in and do a reply. So basically, it's three people. Thank you, Thomas Achilles. I appreciate that. So we have three bites of the apple. All right. So the original motion, the opposition to that motion, and then the reply. Next is this enterprise letter. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but I would assume it would be some kind of a notice. Then we've got expert notices. So this is going to be in March. So for those of you that were with me during Mr. Trump's New York civil fraud case with the AG's office, the that one, they had requested a ton of experts. I think the state had maybe like 4 or 5, and then Mr. Trump's team had like 30. So experts are very important. Now, again, this is Sean Combs here, so we're in a different world, but we still have to go through and review which experts are appropriate, right? So they'll present their list, defendant presents his list, then we have a rebuttal. Next, we have what's called a 404B or 413 notice. Now, this is our character evidence issue. And I've talked about character evidence before. This is a rule of evidence, the federal rules of evidence here. 404 is talking about prior bad acts. All right, so prior bad acts, which we have to get approval for before we show it to the jury so that it's not too prejudicial. And 413 is one of our special rules that we have set out for SA. All right, so we have a set of rules 412 all the way through, I think it's 416. These are just for SA cases here. All right, so we've got notice of what prior bad acts for Mr. Combs they're going to want to use, and then any previous behavior that he has had. So this is basically where they're pulling in evidence of his modus operandi when it comes to SA cases. All right, so this is a big one. I guess it's a big one for me because I think it's fascinating when we get those kinds of questions in. Next, it looks like they've set a specific time for that motion in limine, which we kind of talked about up here. So we might get a twofer. We might get, well, these are some of the issues, but then we might have a specific set here where we've got the motion and the opposition. Next, we have 3500 material, which is kind of confidential material here. And then it has to be given to each side, and if it's going to be redesignated. Then we've got witnesses and exhibits here. Again, this is the Combs case, Sean Combs. So we've got witnesses and exhibit lists are due April 14th for the defendant, the 25th, and 26.2 material here, meaning their kind of response. And then the jury questionnaire will go out. We have voir dire, we have verdict forms in order to pick our jury. So all of these need to be done by April 25th. All right, so Mr. Combs is going to have a busy next couple of months. All right, a very busy couple of months. Oh, hello, Pharaoh. Good to see you. I'm glad to see you. Auto focusing on your hand. Oh, no. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Well, at least it's not, I'm not sure. Maybe if I could pull it down a little bit. At least it's not filtering people's faces. I'll move my hands to the side. So anyway, that's what's going on with Mr. Combs. For those of you who are interested, I will be going through the full indictment and setting that out. One thing that I am going to try to do here on YouTube is to use the community tab to let you know where we're at. So for those that haven't seen it yet, you can go in and there's like the videos, the shorts option, and then if you keep going over, you'll see the community piece. Now, I set something up in there already a couple of times, but that will be my, it's okay. Okay, don't worry about it. All right, well, you know, we're all learning here. But if you go into the community tab, that's where I'm going to be able to give everybody notice like, hey, I'm going to go live tonight. We're going to talk about this case or that case or this topic or that topic. So, so feel free to use that tab. That'll be the best and easiest way. Before I would just put up a post, but because of how the system works here on YouTube with the shorts and the algorithm, it's going to be much better for me to just go ahead and post it up on the community tab. All right, everyone. I found someone. Oh, hello, welcome. Oh, hello, hello. Yes, turn on all notifications, everybody. All right, so there we go. That's the update for Mr. Combs. And again, I will take everybody through the indictment. It'll be a PG reading just for my own mental health, but we'll go through. Yes, thanks, Chris. I didn't mean to. Oh my gosh. So that's his case as of right now, and I'll keep you posted. So Giuliani and Combs are two of the cases I'm following. And then here's another big, this case is enormous, actually, everyone. So this case is the Blake Lively case, right? Where she's suing for harassment and multiple other things here. So Miss Lively has filed a complaint, and she went in. I've not gone through this petition yet because I do want to do a live stream on it for sure. But she's suing a lot of people saying that it was a hostile work environment that she was in, and she's got evidence that she's added to it. And it's pretty devastating to the movie people, the movie maker people, because there's just a lot of details of wrongdoing here. So her petition is like 170 pages. It's a big one. She's not playing here. So hold on. Whoops, I've got my papers out of order. Just one moment, please. One moment. Here we go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, thanks. I'm able to count. Oh my gosh, barely. So then what's happened is that the fella that she was suing here has turned to sue her as well. So we've got that lawsuit going now too. So it's not just, wow, my papers are so messed up. And it's because I only printed 50 pages out. So hold on here, everybody. Just one moment. Pause. Pause for paperwork mess up here. Hold on. Here we go. 30, 43, 49. Oh, here's 7. So we should have. Okay, 5, 4, 3. There we go. Woohoo! We made it. Oh my gosh. All right. So here's what she's claiming has happened. She's got these charges for damages in there. So as harassment, retaliation, failure to investigate, prevent, and or remedy harassment. And this law is very interesting because it's not in every state. And it's clearly here in California, but not in every state. And I thought that would be really interesting to kind of go through this particular statute. So I thought that would be great. Then we also have aiding and abetting, harassment, retaliation, breach of contract, which is probably not going to be one of my large influences, but we'll see. We'll see. Intentional infliction of emotional distress, which I think is great. A lot of people have asked about that. Can we sue Mr. Trump for intentional infliction of emotional distress? And the answer to that is no, unfortunately. But I think it'll be very interesting to see how this gets pled out in this case. Negligence. So this is a civil concept. A lot of people don't understand that there's actually 4 elements to negligence. We have to have a duty, all right? We have to have a breach of that duty. So you have to have a responsibility. We need to have causation, meaning we have to show that what you did, your breach actually hindered the situation. And then there has to be some kind of resolution, or there has to be some kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It just slipped out of my brain. Hold on, I'm gonna get it back. Compensation's not the right word, but remedy. Sorry, there it was. Remedy just popped back in my head. So these are the 4 elements needed in a negligence suit. There's also negligence per se, but that's a different level. We can talk about that at a different time. But she's saying they had a duty. They breached their duty because of that, and there's causation to put those together. She suffered some harm, and she's asking for a remedy from the court, in the form of whatever it is that she's asking for. So that's kind of the key piece here. So we've got negligence in here, false light, invasion of privacy, which I think will also be another really important one for us to kind of use this lawsuit as a way of learning these different types of statutes. And then interference with prospective economic advantage. And that kind of goes hand in hand with a couple things that came out of the E. Jean Carroll cases. We had this privacy issue going on, and her future ability to make a living also. So that'll be important. That'll be important as well. So we've got the Blake Lively case here, and then again we have this filing that just happened. Sorry, everybody. Filing that just happened a couple of days ago. So on the 16th, the studio that she is going after here is now going after her and Ryan Reynolds. So I guess it's like, well, you and your husband, right? Because in civil cases, we've got to, thank you, Suze. I forgot. Sometimes I tell you, I just get so excited about explaining things. I forget to have my tea. Okay, tea, good. So, so they're suing Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds as an individual, Leslie Sloan and Vision PR. I'm not sure. That's probably like her agent. So they're suing her in response. So we've got, this is going to get ugly. And I just took a peek. Again, this was just a couple days ago. And They really set it out. They really set a lot of it out. Here, it's kind of sad. I'll just tell you the very first couple of lines. If you ever read this in a complaint, you know it's going to be like lots of tea. The following is not a story plaintiffs ever wish to tell. Like, who starts a brief like that? Oh my gosh, it just drives me crazy. Unfortunately, defendant Blake Lively has unequivocally left them with no choice, not only to set the record straight in response to Lively's accusations, but also to put the spotlight on parts of Hollywood that they have dedicated their careers to being the antithesis of. That task was always going to be an uphill battle. They never imagined they would encounter it to this degree. Like, are we, is this a novel? Is that what this is? It's a novel's funny. Okay, TikTok's not back, everybody. No, it's not back. So I am four dogs. I'm gonna need you to, you know, chill on that. All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's not back. We're gonna have to wait. Yours is back. You've been scrolling. Okay. I would, yeah, I would give it a little bit of time. Thanks for the tea reminder. Go get some tea. Yeah, I would say we just don't have enough information at this point. So I would say tomorrow. We don't know. It could be back again tomorrow once Mr. Trump takes office, but we don't know. At this point, it's like, we can't get our hopes up again and then have them dashed. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Suze. Appreciate it. Uh, yeah, I don't think that's true at all. Actually, I don't think that is coming back in anytime here. Yeah, we said bye-bye. So sorry, but no, that's just, we don't do false information here. For anyone who's not been here during my lives before, we're very careful about that. So question, can legally a candidate be sworn in if found to have uh, won instead of the president-elect? Just curious. Can someone legally be sworn in? They have won instead of the president-elect. I don't know about that. The Constitution just says whoever was chosen as the president takes the oath. So, however the president is chosen and is allowable. TikTok is live. Are we seriously, everybody? Are we seriously there? Or are people just coming in and trolling us? It is live. All right. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm still feeling uncertain about things. So maybe, who knows, everybody? Maybe it will, but we do appreciate you. Good morning. Good morning. I wasn't able to. Yeah. Safe space. Yeah. Can't pin this, but yeah, that's all right. No worries. I'll go check. Just, it's not back. Yeah. See, that's. We can check, everybody, but we also it's. I just looked. Your profile's back. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, someone trustworthy. All right, we'll see. I will be working through the next couple of days with the idea that it's not back. All right, everyone. So this is where I will be. I will not be jumping back over. It's working on PCs. Interesting. Now, I saw Hawk had done a post earlier today saying that all of the accounts were still live and working for other countries. So if you're outside of the US, if you're in the UK or Australia, it should still be up and running for you. It's just we can't here in the US get over into it. So we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll just have to see. But we've got to stick with what we're doing here, or we'll be constantly. Canada still works. Yeah, exactly. Good point too, Suze. So anyway, that's what's going on here. The Blake Lively case is one that I will be really diving in on. We had this brief here filed again just a couple days ago. It's 179 pages. Like, come on, people. And we're starting basically some kind of a novel here, Agatha Christie style. I don't know what's going on. But this will probably be one of the first pieces that I will be reading through here over on the talk in order to get us up to date here. So hopefully that will be all right. And let me see if that's all I've got. Now, I do have the TikTok case here, everybody, but I'll be honest with you, I'm going to need a couple more days. I'm going to need a couple more days because I'm kind of frustrated with the Supreme Court right now. And my frustration level would really be coming through. So tonight then I'll probably be going through this one tonight, or I'll be going through more of Jack Smith's report, which is what I think I'll probably do, because I'm trying to get through that report, everyone. We're almost halfway in Jack Smith's report, so I'll probably do as much as I can tonight. But this is next on the docket for anyone who is interested. And then we also have another piece that I've been going through. It doesn't scroll. Okay, I gotcha. Another thing too that we went through before that a lot of people thought was very helpful, and one thing that I kind of like to start as a tradition over here on the on here on the YouTube is that I pulled all, and this was so interesting last time when I did it. I've pulled all of the proposed legislation. All right, so we have a new Congress that's been sworn in on the 3rd. And so here we have different bills that have been proposed. And I've not read any more of the report, no, than what's been put up. I should have all of the report readings up on YouTube here. I'll have to double check that. But so we'll go through that. But look here, we've got House bills, Senate bills, and all of that. And they just put it up on what I'm looking at is this particular website, and you can go through and see what's being proposed. So if, we're interested in certain bills that are coming up, I think that's important. This may not seem very exciting to anyone, but here, like for example, House Bill 50, it says, recognizing that Article 1, Section 10 of the United States Constitution explicitly reserves to the state the sovereign power to repel an invasion and defend their citizenry from overwhelming and imminent danger posed by paramilitary people. So, like, what is that, right? Recognizing Article 1, Section 10. Like, you don't need to pass a law to recognize a piece of the Constitution. So we've got a lot of stuff. We've got a lot of stuff in here that we're going to have to kind of, move around and take a look at, because a lot of people are afraid, and rightfully so, of what kind of legislation is going to be coming through. So we have here a bill to direct the administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency, so the EPA, which is under, scrutiny, to provide grants to air pollution control agencies to implement a cleaner airspace program and for other purposes. So again, this is a Senate bill that's being offered, and it's to the committee already. So we can see if it's in committee or if it's going out to the floor or what's going on. So this is, I think, really important to try to go through and just see what Congress is up to do, right? So a lot of the damage here, you have to remember, the president does have executive orders and pardon power, but does not have the power to make law. Only Congress does, and the U.S. Supreme Court. Although it's a lot, I don't want to talk about the U.S. Supreme Court right now. I'm gonna have to get my puppets out at some point. So anyway, so just keep that in mind. And although the presidency is one of the 3 branches of government, it really controls a lot of the administrative, executive pieces of that. But the law itself is going to go through Congress. So I think it's good to have some idea of what bills are coming up, right? So to amend Title 38, again from the House, United States Code, to modify personnel action procedures with respect to employees of the Department of Veterans Affairs, right? So this can be pretty important here. Can the president overturn a Supreme Court decision? No, the president cannot, but there are some like enforcement questions that could be placed on the table, but no, Congress is the only one. Congress and or a constitutional convention. Right. And several of our amendments actually have come because of constitutional questions that the Supreme Court answered that Congress was like, well, this is rubbish. And actually, I think the 12th Amendment is was it the 11th? Hold on a second. Let me see. Let me pull out oh, that one's in Spanish. Let me find my English one here. Oh, my goodness gracious. Where are we? Oh, I'm not sure. I think Atticus may have grabbed it. Atticus, did you take my Constitution? Oh, my goodness gracious. So, right. They're working on restoring. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be working on that for sure. For sure. So here, hold on, everybody. I've got to use this one. Was it the 11th? Right. So it is actually the 11th. The 11th and 12th I get mixed up, but the 12th is the Electoral College. The reason I'm showing you this is that this is a 1795 amendment, suits against the states, and this was in direct response to a U.S. Supreme Court decision called Chisholm versus whatever. So I can't remember the name, but it was Georgia. It was Georgia. So Georgia wasn't paying any of their debts back. And the U.S. Supreme Court said, you still need to go to court and pay back your debts. And Georgia's like, we're sovereign. So this amendment was passed directly because of a U.S. Supreme Court decision. So my point is, we did the Bill of Rights that everyone's like, do the Bill of Rights. And so we did that. But then the U.S. Supreme Court overstepped and we passed another amendment to do what we wanted to do. All right. So that's the long road for your answer. That's the long road. Sorry about that. Yeah. Hello, rockers. Good to see you. If you're asking a question, put a Q in front. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you so much, John. Yeah, I do have some vision issues. It's easier for me to see your comments over here, but it's hard for me to distinguish between them. Of course, Atticus would be the one to steal it. Oh, you know it. My cats, I don't know what happened. I think they knew I was having a rough time because Atticus just slept on my throat last night. He wasn't even on my head. He was on my throat with like one paw in an eyeball. And I wasn't mad about it. I was like, come here. So they're now just sleeping in a chair together. Yeah, we love it. You know, pets do that. I think they know when you're struggling a little bit and they'll come over and give you some love. Oh my gosh. All right. So anyway, here. Well, that was where that was. I was looking for that. So again, everyone, we've kind of gone through these bills before. We've talked about what the constitutional implications are, what could happen, what couldn't happen, and even going through and saying that that's not even a thing. You can't even do that. So we've got some separation of powers issues going on as well. So I will be going through the legislation. I'm going to try to pick my dates, which day of the week's going to work the best for me. So we will have to see. Love the video, the farewell with them. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Oh, yeah, they cuddle up. So anyway, everyone, I will give everyone a friendly reminder here over on the tube. The absolute best way to know if I'm going to be going live, I don't have a schedule yet that I can adhere to, but is to check that community tab. All right, so I'll give you some notice on when I'm going to be live again and also what the topic's going to be. Although I do reserve the right to change that at any time. So that'll kind of be the best way to find me. Keeping up with the Blessing Game case. Absolutely, Nancy. And I'm glad you asked. I actually have just finished putting their file together. So that's a huge case. That's huge. That's probably number one in what I'm going to be looking forward to diving into. So absolutely, I'm so glad you asked. Yep, the community tab. So when you go into YouTube, right, you can click on, do you want videos, or I think you have to go to my particular page, you can click on videos or shorts or whatever, and there's this tab thing up there, and then you scroll and it'll say community tab, and then that's where you can ask a question of me, or I can put out a notice. So for me, that's going to be the easiest way to be able to do that. To give you a time and also some idea of what the subject's going to be. So that will be the best way. Okay, you found it? Oh, good, Marie. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm glad. Hearing your voice gave me comfort. Oh, I'm so glad. We're still here, everybody. We're here. But as is normal, made sure to sleep with me for, oh, yeah, and then decide to wake me up. Yeah, of course they do, right? It's all funny games until they want their cat food. And then it's like, I'm going to cut you. So, anyway. But I am just fine making this transition over. And no matter what happens over the next few days with the TikTok, I may, if something comes up, if they do get that 90-day extension, I might give a couple of heads up. But I am committed here to YouTube at this point. I just can't keep going through this, right? It's on again, it's off again. It's not me, it's you, TikTok. We can't keep going through this relationship with all these breakups and getting back together again. Forget it. So I'm going to be, oh my gosh, I'm going to be over here on the tube. Now, I am also on Blue Sky, and I do post over there. And I'm also on the Instagram, although not really. I just have, just a little bit over on the Instagram, but I do check those other places during the day. So leave it. Well, I tell you, there's a power and control issue going on, Kelly. Like, wait a minute. How do you have this much power? Oh my gosh. Oh no, now come on, I am for dogs. We're not saying you're not trustworthy. We're just talking about how different countries have it and different places in the US may have it also pop up as well. So, we're all just kind of trying to get our YouTube legs going here. We're trying to figure it out. Okay, you're in Ohio. That's good to know too. So, yeah, several people. It's okay. It's okay. But, I think the other thing too is that we have gotten so inundated with horrendous trolls over on TikTok that sometimes, it's hard when we see a friendly to know. So, we're still working on it. We're still working on it. Yes, traumatic. It is. You talk. I love it. We're all traumatized, everyone. We're all here. I feel like we've crossed country lines and we're in the refugee tents right now. We're still trying to figure out, like, did Bob make it? Did Bob make it over the line? We're all feeling the burn and trying to see if there's any free water everywhere. So, we're getting used to it. We're getting used to it. But give us a little time. I'm in Ohio too, and it's not online. Yeah, so there might just be, who knows what they've got going on out there. Right. If it comes back, exactly. I'm with you, John. I'm the same way. I've entered the tent. It's PTSD. That's right. I've crossed the border, everybody. I'm in the YouTube land now. So this is where you can find me. At the border fence. Chucking rocks. Oh my gosh. Hawk is on YouTube. Hawk is absolutely on YouTube, and I think he prefers it over here, quite frankly. And I don't blame him. There's good and bad in every platform. I had hoped to make a full transition to YouTube. My schedule for that is a little bit different than the government, but I had planned to eventually land here because, there are a lot of things with TikTok that were wonderful, but there are a lot of things too that were problematic, especially for creators. So, he's here for anyone looking for him. We love that, Lori. We love that. We're in recovery. Yes, we're all, it's tough. It's tough. I know. We'll get there though. We'll get there. It's more clear too. Yeah, I agree. So we'll get there. Now with that, everyone, because I'm going to be going live again tonight, I am going to kind of cut us here at the 45-minute line. So I will go ahead and let everybody go, but not that you had to stay here. I don't know. I always said that at the end of my class, everyone. I always said, well, before I let you go, stop packing up. let me remind you, I will be back again tonight at 7 o'clock Central, and we'll be going through. Oh, I'm not sure. We'll probably be going through the next piece of Jack Smith's report. I think that's really important to get that information out. So we'll probably do that. So it's a little safer over here. I agree. I agree. I mean, yeah. I'm glad I found you. Of course. I'm glad you could come over. So I'll be posting throughout the day, everyone, and make sure to check out that community tab if you're not sure if I'm going to be going live or not, and I will let you know. There you go, Kelly. We know what it means, right? So, thank you everyone for coming and joining me this morning. I hope it was just, informative and interesting. And just a reminder, I'm still here. We're all still here. We're going to get through it together. So, have a great day, everyone, and safe travels to you, John and Thomas. Go get your tea. And I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone.